Greetings. Welcome back to the show, man. Look. It is November 20th, 2025, man. Welcome to the show. We gonna keep hope alive. You feel me? This is the surreal, man. A cool pod, but a cool is on vacation right now. You feel me? Taking some time to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Sometimes we gotta do that. You feel me? But we back on though. Saria here. You feel me? And we doing it. You doing it. We doing it today. You feel me? And the day we gonna do what we always do, man. Just sit back and review some things and give our perspective on it. Because this world, man, is getting trickier and trickier, extremely trickier and trickier. And I think it's happening that way because of elite forces trying to, destroy the unity that humans have. Because when we divide it, we shall fall. And the best way to divide anybody is to ruin the family. So, because once there's no family, then there's no community. You see what I'm saying? And when there's no community, no matter what you say or what you do, progress won't ever come through, you know? And that's why I feel like they're out here trying to impose upon us a lot of robots and AIs because the robot they will make a community due to the programming they have. You see what I'm saying? And because of that programming, they will definitely be able to, unify with each other and move towards common goals. Now, a lot of times that is said with the human race that we were the first robots and they show us how to duplicate ourselves and all these different things to move humanity forward and different things like that to to extract gold from out the earth. That's why gold is the highest commodity, and it's really not something that's that high of commodity to humans. But although it can be used for many different things, but you know, these are conspiracy theories sometimes. But the truth shall come out in many different ways, you know. So it's just one of them things, bro. Just one of them things. You know. But we here, man. We got a few clips that we're gonna look at today. You know what I mean? That kind of looks at community and everything in certain ways and in different lights. You feel me? Because community is needed, man. I don't care what nobody say. As humans, we meant to strive with each other, not fight against each other. You see me? That's why so many bad things happen when we fight against each other. Even when you think you won, and you may have took somebody out the you know atmosphere of life, that don't mean that you won, because that thought may be sitting on your head for days to come, to where you take yourself out the atmosphere of life. You feel me? So it's like we definitely just gotta be extremely caring. Let's just say caring towards each other, and not the other Karen that be trying to get in people business. And you know what I mean? But yeah, man, let's look at this clip, see what's going on real quick. You know what I mean? See what happening, man. You dig?
Call me Uncle Tom. I don't give a. I would never feel safe around a bunch of
Hold on.
lions.
Let's start. Let's start again.
I don't care if the black community want to call me scared, soft, white boy, or call me Uncle Tom. I don't give a. I would never feel safe around a bunch of lions, a bunch of hood rats, ghetto
That's
people.
crazy how they put the
It's just
monkey
funny because
sound
as a
in there.
black person, when you don't associate with any of
That's
that,
crazy how
and
they
you
did that.
dislike that, like I guess apparently the less black you are. Something I really can't stand about my culture is the fact that blackness is just associated with being from the hood, or you have to be okay or content with being around a bunch of YNs. And I would never feel safe around a bunch of hood and ghetto ratchet people. I just never feel safe. I never feel comfortable around them ever. Loud as hell, ghetto as hell, ratchet as hell.
And look, I don't blame him because why? The key word he said was YNs, meaning the N word. And a lot of black people are not the N word, even if you say, "What's up, my N word?" You know, because it's like that is the representation of ignorance in a community, right? But it is a lot of that being embraced in the black community. Therefore, it's not really a community at all. And that's one of the things we talk about, man. It's because it's like basically they have just taken away everything good and destroyed it, and amplified the bad. You know what I mean, over the good to make it seem like you should be doing the bad. It's confusion in there.
Rude as hell, disrespectful as hell, have no respect for anybody, don't even have respect for the public. Like I don't like being around that. I am fine with being in my predominantly white area. Listen, yeah, I might have to worry about a couple crazy rednecks here and there, stuff like that, but most of the time I'm good. I am perfectly safe. I don't have to look over my shoulder as much. Fear of a racist white person, I don't even have to worry about that. I know some of y'all might say, oh, because you're light skinned, so obviously you're gonna get the better treatment. Okay, yeah, although I'm light skinned, at the end of the day, when a white person looks at me, they see a black guy. I'm not gonna lie, I have been told by a lot of people, like even white people, that like I seem mixed or whatever. Like a lot of them would think I'm mixed. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like I could be. But at the end of the day, I am a dreadhead dude. I am a black dreadhead dude walking around. And you know, how I conduct and carry myself can also be a factor as well, because I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't conduct myself like I'm not gonna say a black person. I'm not gonna say a typical, you know, black guy, whatever, but I'm gonna just say it. I don't carry myself like that. I carry myself like a black man.
Right.
So, maturing is realizing that you no longer have to subject yourself to the culture. And what he means is,
Yes. Hold on. Antoine Cook, right? No, that's true because look, that's what's really gangster. Is when you really find out, like, bro, I'm not like that. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I'm gonna catch y'all later. You feel me? And you stand on that, and you be brave enough to do what you gotta do. Chill by yourself. You be brave enough to maneuver in any circle that you want to maneuver in. Because why? They see that you're not afraid to be extraordinary. Fears hold you back from a lot of things, man. You know? So it's like that spirit of fear, man, it'll create a life of hardship for you. You know, especially if you got a good heart, man. If you got a good heart and you're trying to do good by the world and everything and maneuver in this bad world, there's great people in this world. There's good people in this world. But we're not going to front like there's not a world that embraces badness and that embraces negativity and make it easy for people to be evil towards each other. Now, it would have been different if they would have made it easy for people to be kind towards each other, you know? And I'll be real with you, I don't even know how to describe that type of world. You see what I'm saying? But this the world we live in now, man, and we gotta realize that, hey, it's okay to walk your own way, no matter what people say. Because people, one thing they don't do, they don't always encourage you when you're doing right. You see what I'm saying? They are more likely to to talk mess about you, talk down on you, and talk descending to you. You see what I'm saying? That's what's more likely to happen. But when you move in your own way and you don't worry about what people say, at the end of the day, you get the trophy you want, the lifestyle you want. And that's the true trophy, being truthful towards yourself. It's a saying that says, do you want to be upset? I mean, do you want to follow the world, right? And be regretting the decisions you make and hating yourself, right? Or do you rather have the world hate you and you love your decisions and you embracing yourself? Come on, you rather love your decisions and embracing yourself. You feel me? I know I said the saying a little different, but for the most part, that's the whole gist of it. You feel me? So you know that's how that's how you become what they so call a millionaire or a billionaire. And money is not the option, right? But money sometimes can be a measure on how much you're allowing your wisdom to achieve the unthinkable. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying money is all. Money is just a tool. You see what I'm saying? But within that tool can show you how hard you've been working and what you've been doing with your hours. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't always show you correctly because you don't always get paid what you work. And you don't always get paid for the hours that you spend. You see what I'm saying? But I got a few clips, man. I want to just look at it and I'll review it to you. You feel me? But let's look at this clip, man. We got from the partner who be doing the interviews, man, the daily diary of a CEO. You feel me? Man, he be doing his thing, man. Go check him out on YouTube and all that good stuff, bro. But look, let's watch this right quick. Let's see what happened, man. Cause we gotta elevate, cause they got us fucked up. You see me?
Sharper because of the shit that you've done wrong, or that you didn't know to approach a certain way that you now know how to approach. So I embrace the concept of failure just as much as I embrace the win of success.
Had I met you at 10 years old or 15 years old, how similar would you have looked?
Not even close. Not even close. Not motivated to do the things that I didn't want to do. Not a good student, kind of fucking off school, the opportunities that come with school, the extracurricular activities that I didn't want to do that I was doing and my mom made me do. Hanging out was the thing. Hanging out was the luxury, it was the fun, and it wasn't available. My mom was strict. So I didn't have the luxury of doing all those things, which is why I wanted more.
I found this photo of your mother.
Yeah, me and Nancy Hart.
She was strict.
Very strict. With me. My older brother, he had the, he had a little more limits. Freedom, curfew, late at night. But my brother did all of the other stuff. My brother sold the drugs, did the smaller tiers of crime and stupid shit as a teenager. To her mom felt like she wasn't gonna let that happen with me, so she was much more protective. Because of the mistakes that she saw that she made with my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I got the short end of the stick. So I didn't have the curfew. I wasn't able to go hang out. I wasn't able to do all those things. That's why I wanted that so much. So I rebelled in the spaces where you have to do this. I was like, well, you don't let me do this, so I don't want to do this. So I kind of fucked off a lot of those opportunities.
And your father?
Hit me with a spoon. Spoonie G's. My guy. A fuck.
But you see that thing there? You see that thing there? Sometimes, man, look, we go through phases in life, man. And we grow up, and once we know better, we do better. You feel me? So sometimes it's very important, not sometimes, all the time it's very important to be kind to your mind, and you just gotta approach situations with a level of optimism, feeling like the best outcome will happen, right? And that's not, see, some people might think that's being like naive and basically like not preparing yourself for the worst, right? No, man, because they got that saying, say, prepare for the worst and hope for the best, right? And in that aspect of that saying, it's like, okay, we envision the best thing happen. We're going to be optimistic with everything. But along this journey, we understand there will be ups and downs. But just like life, you got to look at it as it's rigged to stay up. It's rigged to stay going up. Just like how the stock market is. You feel me? Because you got to be optimistic in every single thing that you do in order to see any type of outcome. You see what I'm saying? Because optimism, discipline, and consistency are some of the main characters that you need to become anything that you want to become in this world. You feel me? And some people don't understand that our habits, is like our habits basically instruct a lot of things like that what you do is what you become. You feel me? So when you do certain things so much, it's just that you definitely will become whatever you become. So like if you sit around and you eat food all day, you never exercise, you never do anything, you sit in front of the couch, you're gonna become heavy set and a potato couch person. You know what I mean? But if you Exercise, do what you need to do, cut out what you need to cut out, go after the dreams you want to go after. It puts you in a different mind state. It creates a different aura, a different atmosphere for you. You see? So these are the type of things that you have to be mindful of, man. And then once you get into the habits that you know you're supposed to have, and it's okay to accept advice. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. Then you don't give up. You don't quit. And then even on the way, you still ask for some more advice. Let's get back into the clip though.
Life. You're looking at things at a much granular scale. And now I go way back here to when I was like not really focusing, not thinking about life, not thinking about how things connect. I'm now able to tap into the lessons that my mom gave. And I'm like, all good things that happen when they're supposed to, but now I'm poised and polished enough with a mindset that understands, well, I don't want to start something that I'm not going to finish. So if I'm going to put myself in position to do these things, how do I make sure that my partners know I'm willing to give my all? How do I show that I'm not going to quit? Which back here, my mom's biggest lesson was you're not quitting. If you start it, you're going to finish it. So how do I make my partners that I'm now saying you should work with me? How do I make Netflix secure in knowing that when you get me, you get 100% of me, and that I'm never going to quit. I'm going to finish it all. How do I make my other studio affiliates understand and working with Heartbeat, it is in my best interest to bring you great product, great material, so that you understand what we do so that we can continue to drive a business that has the best interest for both of us? How do I sell you on that? So now my business of sell mirrors and matches my business of grow. Nothing that I'm doing doesn't go hand in hand. And I should be able to embed the products or the partnerships that I now operationally like attached to into the ecosystem of entertainment. So if I have a C4 can and I'm doing an activation and health and wellness, well, C4 is my partner, I should integrate you in this opportunity. Hey, my movie, we have an opportunity to basically wear product. I should be in Fabletics in this scene because this makes my partner feel valued and positioned. Oh, wow, this is what I do. I elevate. I basically navigate my space of ownership in a way like only I can to elevate my partners so that my partners go and say, you're different, this is different, and this is what we need more of. That's my graph.
I've got some questions about the graph. So I guess the parts that I'm curious about are this initial period when you're 18 where like nothing's really happening. Because so many of my listeners, probably most of them, are in some position.
No.
Yeah. But see, that's and that's great. How it kind of speaks in exactly what I was talking about. It's like that consistency, man. It's like staying locked in till the end, staying committed. Because like you say, man, people don't want to be with people who gonna give up on them. Like that feeling of giving up has a level of abandonment to it, and has a level of resentment along with it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not only that you gave up on yourself, you gave up on that other person too, who was rocking with you. You see me? And it might be one person or it might be a few people. And that's why certain people need other people to keep going. You feel me? Because it's like you gotta make sure that you hold yourself to an extreme level of discipline and never giving up, man. That's what I'm saying. Once you get locked into whatever you're gonna do and you have the habits, just keep on doing it. It's gonna be good days, it's gonna be bad days. But the most important thing is when you have those bad days, you make sure you lock in hard. Because that is what makes, you feel me? What makes you. That's what creates a great mind. That's what creates a great woman. That aspect right there. So it's 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 great things to come all the time, you know. And with these great things, man, you gotta honor it, and you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. You feel me? But yeah, let's see this clip out real quick, man. This is another one.
I guess leaves the question to the next one, knowing who they're leaving it for. The question left for you is, what is the advice you got as an adult that had the most significant impact on your life?
I'm gonna go the best piece of advice came from Chris Rock, where Chris Rock told me early in my comedy career, he says, his exact word is, you don't just wanna make niggas laugh. The world is so much bigger than your block or your neighborhood. He said, get out the country. Get out the country and figure out a way to make the world laugh. And comedy would be so much better. At that point, I was very specific in my material. 50 area, you know, we got these. The drugstore is crazy. You ever had a guy in the drugstore in your block? And it's like, well, everybody doesn't relate or can't relate. How do you broaden it? How do you open it up so that you're never changing your material or who you are? Everywhere you go in the world, people can laugh and you never have to adjust. Get out the country. Get bigger in the way you're thinking about your craft.
I mean, you've done that across the board and across industries now. You've been willing to be the person, the outsider in lots of rooms. Mm-hmm. That seems to be really central to your success. And what Chris Rock said to you there was, get out into the unfamiliar. Go put yourself in an unfamiliar place. And when I look at your career and the empire that you've been able to build across business and investing, it's exactly that. It's you are willing to be in unfamiliar territories for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. You know what you just made me think about too? And I want to backtrack before we leave. One thing that's kind of crazy, just when you were talking about the conversation of man, it's a weird thing that's happening where you do have men that are opening up more and talking more about the struggles of a man. But then those things are being used
Against them. Come on.
in the conversation of man.
Come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Hold on, man. Come on, man. We gotta let him cook for a minute, Podgers. We gotta let him cook for a minute, man. Cause I was just listening, but I'm gonna say something though, cause that's right, bro. And it's see, everybody don't talk about that, but it's one little thing, right? A lot of people, not a lot of people, but the few people that transition from female to male, right? A lot of times they transition back. And it ain't because of them not liking females or nothing like that. They still like the female. But they don't continue that male look and everything that they got going, right? Because why? They understand living life as a man is extremely hard. And even as a black man, it's even harder. And whenever you voice your opinions about that, the first thing they say is you being emotional. You feel me? That's the first shutdown. Then they go into many different slurs and many different things they shut you down with, right? But it's valid, black man. Continue to express yourself. You feel me? Because at the beginning and the end of the day, we are the moral compass of this world. And we the ones that created this world that we live in. Especially black man. We built it with our blood, sweat, and tears. You feel me? Literally blood, sweat, and tears. You hear me? Because, so anybody, we have the dominion over this land. Go ahead and use it, my brothers. And that's along with sharing your opinion and having your opinion being heard. You feel me? Because if women could talk about equal this, equal that, my brother, you go ahead, talk your talk and walk your walk. You feel me? Because why? Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing, because at the end of the day, my brother, you gotta sleep with yourself. You gotta look yourself in the mirror every day. You gotta boo-boo with yourself. You gotta do everything with yourself. So the number one rule is always love yourself. Love yourself better than you can love anybody else. Because thing about self-love, when a man loves himself, he gonna provide for everybody else, cause that's what he do. But I love how Kevin Hart kind of going into that and realizing that whenever a black man or any man, we ain't gotta just make it black. Whenever they voice their opinions on how things are going wrong and how they can be done better, it's always used against them. And to me, that is detrimental to society as we know it. And that's why a lot of violence is happening now. People don't understand that because why? Masculinity has been demeaned as a wrong thing. So therefore, when you got masculinity absent, then you have absence of order and direction. And the absence of order and direction causes chaos. And that's why all around the world right now you see a bunch of fighting from adults and kids. And kids. And the fighting's are getting crazier. There's a lot more blood being shed. So it's like this is the reason why. It's because when a man voices his opinion, you shut him down. And you use it against him. You see what I'm saying? And everybody don't always react to that properly. You see what I'm saying? Everybody don't always have the emotional wisdom to react to that properly. Especially when most of men are being kicked out the house. And the father is not there to teach his son how to properly emotionally react to that. How to let his son know that he controls his emotions and his emotions don't control him. Don't matter how it feels. You see what I'm saying? So those are things that we talk about because man need a space to vent too. But just like they say, vent lead to other rooms. And people gonna talk about you and use it against you. Kevin Hart showed right with that one, man. Let's get back into it.
When you get to talk about like things that you're dealing with and the emotions, stuff like that,
The mental health.
the mental health and the weight, like it seems that in this time today, more men are being forward and wanting to express and talk, but the fear of being judged after.
Do you have that fear?
No, I don't give a shit. I don't really care too much what people think.
Have you struggled with your mental health?
No. I think I told you my shit is like more stress. It's not a struggle. It's like
Is that anxiety or is it?
no, just like I know I do too much.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact.
What's the symptom of that? How do you feel? Like how do
You have to shut down. So like what I'm getting better at is in a day, there's time I'm off the phone. I got it. I know I told him I would do calls. Just tell him I'll start that tomorrow or the day after. But like there's a time where I get to a point in the day where I'm like, okay, that's it for me.
You're done.
That's my Like, and I'm literally done. I don't wanna talk about anything else. I don't wanna hear.
So you're pushing yourself right up to the edge over and over and over and over again.
I get to a point in the day, and that timeline of when I'm shutting off has gotten earlier and earlier. Whereas before it was, wee hours of the night and I'm still on the phone figuring it out. And all day you just been racing and racing and racing. So I think the older that I've gotten, I've realized more and more that's not healthy. The healthy side comes with silence for a second. Like you need some silence. And ride in the car by yourself, no music.
Sounds a bit like a disease.
No, you need silence.
Do you know what I mean by it sounds a bit like a disease? Because this is something that's taking you to a point where it's
Hold on, I want to know what he talking about whether it sound like a disease, because to me, the silence, although it's silent, right, it's really the loudest sound in the universe. People don't understand that, but it's necessary. It's necessary at many times. That's why a lot of people recommend meditation. You feel me? Sit down, solitude, calm down, let the crazy thoughts go, and then experience the relief afterwards. You see what I'm saying? Because we understand what it takes to get to that place of a winner's pedigree, is what I call it. You feel me? But we are not taking the steps to do it because not only were we not influenced to do it, we're being influenced to do other things and occupy our time with other things. And I'm not against it either. You feel me? Because occupying time is a great thing. Because being an idle time is when you start doing dumbness. You feel me? So I agree with that. I agree with that, man. But I want to see how he believe that could be a curse, though. Let's get back to that and see how he believe that could be a curse, bro.
It's like it's kind of hurting you a little bit. And I can relate, so it's not like I'm like passing judgment because you just described my entire life. You're not going to be as present with your loved ones. You're not going to be as present in your relationship. I know you're married. You've got 4 kids. How are you ever going to be like truly present when your brain is like,
Yes. But also, how do you become comfortable with being okay with people not understanding? That's the truth. Like, I hate to say it bluntly.
yeah,
I used to have such a high level of give a fuck attached to how you felt about my decisions that were best for me. Oh God, I don't want to say it because they're gonna feel like I'm not doing it. It's gonna be crazy. I'll just do it. Because I'm thinking more about you than I'm thinking about me. Right? I'm putting everybody before me. I'm putting everybody's needs, everybody's wants, everybody's reasons, all before me. Nobody is thinking about the volume of dialogue that I'm delivering on a day-to-day basis and how much of that like happens over and over again. Nobody's thinking about it. So the day that I became comfortable with going, I don't really give a fuck if like they understand or not. Like, I'm done. I know, but they feel it's really important. You got to do it today. I'll talk to them tomorrow. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change from this time to that time. You have to get to a point to where you actually get that and are okay with that. Because if not, you're constantly putting all of the shit from outside there on your table and like your plate's always full. You're never finishing your fucking plate because you're just constantly, people just keep coming and dumping more shit on it. So imagine that. Imagine if people just keep telling you keep eating. You just keep getting full. Like eventually you can't fucking breathe and you bust. It's no different from your mind. And more today than ever, you're seeing more people pop from mental overload, man. Like people aren't crazy. I hate this whole crazy. You crazy, motherfucker, you crazy. It's like, motherfuckers are just popping. Like, it's too much. And when they snap, they snap. That's not what I'm saying. I'm sick of the shit. You're like, God damn, man. You crazy? No, you're not. Motherfuckers just popped.
but you got the money to go chill in Bali.
I'm going,
But you don't.
I have the money to not go chill in Bali. I have the money to say, I'm not talking anymore today. That's the difference. It's not about the vacation. It's not about the trip. It's not about, I'm not talking anymore today. So the people and the resources that I put around me to help me do your job.
What happens next for you? We sit here in 10 years' time, it all went well. What happened?
I think in 10 years' time, I'm able to sit
That's
on the
what's
stool.
up, though. That's what's up. That's what's up. Kevin Hart, you basically said it, man. Just relax, take some time to yourself. You feel me? And but like he also said, you got to get to a point where you're able to do that financially. Not just financially, but too, the situation has to be set up to where it can be done that way. You feel me? So it's like you do what you gotta do. You give thanks to whoever you gotta give thanks to, but definitely make sure that you take care of yourself and you honor yourself first. Because at the end of the day, they will destroy your life, and then they will tell people that you enjoyed it the whole time. You see what I'm saying? And talk shit about you behind your back and do all different type of things, man. But that's it for today, my partners, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. And look, we want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Share it. Share the content. Look, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You hear me? You hear me? We love y'all and we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. But until next time, my partners, want you to keep your head up, never get fed up, whilst we do the same.